All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Nisto Drinks. And on this week's episode, we are reviewing Argo Carolina Honey Iced Tea. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Welcome back, Beverage Barrage, foodies, and good guys and gals of the Nisto Bros podcast. Super excited for this week's episode 99. Next week is the big triple digits. I can't even believe that we've made it this far in that Nisto Drinks. Thank you to everyone who tunes in. I got a interesting beverage today that I picked up at Walgreens yesterday. I've never seen this brand of iced tea ever in my life, and I think it's a cool shaped bottle and it looks good. And I was intrigued to try it. So as you can see, it's got lemons and honey in it. Not a lot of sugar, only 4 grams there and only 20 calories per bottle. So it's not something super sweet like a Arizona iced tea or a Snapple has a lot more sugar than this. So I'm interested to see how sweet it actually is, or how much of the other flavors that you get besides just the regular tea. So let's get right into it with our first sip. Okay, so it's definitely a very strong tea flavor, and the honey almost adds kind of like there's almost a fermented nature to it. Almost a little like, not fully to like kombucha level, like fermented, like oh my gosh, but like you kind of start to get those hints of it tasting a little fermented, which for some people that's obviously a big turnoff. I think it's okay, but it wasn't necessarily what I was expecting the honey and the lemon to do to just this regular old tea. I didn't get almost any lemon. I think that the cap is too big. Obviously, that's not about the review, but a lot of companies, I remember when Poland Spring, they went from the regular size cap and they went mini cap. A lot of people trying to downsize the cap, but Argo Tea is doubling down and making a humongous cap. But at least we got glass bottles still. I don't know. Let me take another sip here. Yeah, you almost get like, okay, so I got the lemon like as soon as I sipped it that time. The lemon came through right away. Maybe I was looking for it more and it hit me. It's not strong by any means, but you definitely get the lemon hint that complements the tea. But I feel like the flavor is almost like reminiscent of like a beer type flavor. Like it's very like wheat based, almost like that fermented nature just kind of takes over at the end. And I don't really know what it's from. It could just be, the tea itself. It has that flavor to it, whatever kind of tea that they use. But it's, I think it's okay, but it's not something I would choose necessarily. I do kind of like, similar to the poppy soda I had, this is like a good in-between drink so far, I think. It's not overly sweet, but it has some flavor to it, but it's also not straight unsweetened iced tea that has nothing to it. Personally, I like unsweetened iced tea, as well as like very sugary, so I don't necessarily feel a need to have this in between, but it is something to note about it. 2 things I want to comment on the last, before the last sip. On the little plastic wrapping, it said impossibly good. And on the cap itself, the huge cap, it says twist cap, lift spirits. So they got a few little funny catchphrases, but impossibly good is a, if you watch the last episode of Nisto Eats, Mike said, it was award-winning chicken wings, and that like puts your expectations all the way up here. Impossibly good. I mean, I don't think it's impossibly good by any means. So here we go with the third and final sip, and then I'll give it a grade. So I think my final thoughts on this is that it's just not necessarily for me. It might be for you. I think, based on my description, you get a little bit of that lemon at the top, mixes with the tea pretty nice, but the lemon's not a very strong presence by any means. And then the honey kind of fermented taste takes over. It's not overly sweet at all, but you definitely get some kick of flavor. But just the mixture of that fermented flavor at the end mixed with the lemon at the beginning, it's just not all coming together for me super great. I think I am going to give it a passing score of a 6.1. So the Argo Carolina Honey Tea is going to get a 6.1. The bottle was intriguing. The drink was a little less so, but not bad by any means. It's just not blowing me away in any facet. So that's how I'm going to conclude the review. Please check out hashtag Nisto Eats tomorrow on another hashtag Foodie Friday. And then don't forget to check the link in our description to check out the merch store and use code Nisto Ships for free shipping on all your future orders. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it out to all your friends out there. And that's all I got. Peace, love, sip.